The salutatorian for the class of 2019 entered LCS in kindergarten. His volunteer service included public library, South Florida Baptist Hospital, and at LCS in a variety of ways. He participated in Congressional Classroom, the LCS academic team, and most notably as a star witness on the LCS mock trial team. He could bring tears to your eyes from the witness stand. He is a member of the National Honor Society, 4 subject area honor societies, participated in school play, swim team, and other activities. He will continue his studies next year at Tulane University. I am pleased to present the salutatorian for the class of 2019, Mr. Keaton Walding.
As a salutatorian, I'm here tonight to talk about the past. It was events that transpired in the past, both big and small, that all somehow led us to this very auditorium to watch this very graduation. In my brief 13 years at LCS, I've had the opportunity to walk the halls with 26 other lifers as we have all been so profoundly shaped through this institution and the world around us. In the year 2000, when a large portion of our class was born, the #1 song on the Billboard Top 100 was Breathe by Faith Hill. Bill Clinton was still president. The average cost of a gallon of gas was $1.26, and Florida was in the center of an election controversy. 19 years later, the world has definitely changed. I cannot name one other Faith Hill song. Bill Clinton was 3 presidents ago, and gas is about $2 more per gallon. But to be fair, Florida is still in the center of an election controversy. The class of 2019 is a part of Generation Z, born after the millennials, but before Amazon stopped selling only books online. Our class has witnessed the advent of the smartphone. Thank you, Steve Jobs. We were the last generation not raised on an iPad. We have had a front row seat to watch as our classmates battled to win a $2 toy for running the most laps around the football field during Boosterthon. Been to countless elementary Olympics, sat in class as Mr. Eric Thomas has repeatedly displayed his extreme contempt for French culture to our amusement and simultaneous confusion. We have heard Mr. Lizzie Gallatis, grades are private, when sharing our freshman mark test scores, been to cam labs early on Saturday mornings when we'd rather be home sleeping, and experienced that one all-day lockdown our freshman year where the bank across the road was robbed. Traumatic. And we also made history by being a part of the first class to dance at LCS functions. Go us. We have listened from kindergarten to 12th grade as Abby Branham has stated her love for SVU, mock trial, and all things law-related. Almost too much, but we still admire her for it and are anxiously awaiting her appointment to the Supreme Court of the United States. We have also had a first-hand experience growing up with our wonderful valedictorian, Mama Fosu. And as I stand before you today, there is no one I'd rather be second to than this strong woman who would not only break the glass ceiling, but dismantle it in its entirety. That is my hope for every young woman leaving LCS. Break that glass ceiling. In addition to these 2 brilliant minds previously mentioned, we have seen our athletic teams excel, taking home 2 softball state championships, state titles in track, several state runner-ups in soccer, and too many district championship wins to count. And let us not forget our baseball team's visit to the state finals tomorrow. We have seen these athletes commit to colleges all across the country and also right here at home. We have seen our school's fine arts program flourish, taking home the top awards in band, piano, choir, and art. We watched our school's plays and musicals, mainly for extra credit, but we were still happy we won. Our mock trial team has made it to the final round of the Florida competition 2 years in a row and placed 6th in the World Championship. All of these great achievements come with great losses. Members of our class have also faced indescribable hardships. Families have separated, loved ones have been lost, and trauma has been felt to an unimaginable extent. You see, most people view the past as the good old days, the best days of their lives where time seemed so much simpler and the world a whole lot bigger. I, however, take the opposite approach. I choose not to glamorize the past as some sort of nostalgic wonderland, but instead view its lessons as a growing opportunity where we can mature from our mistakes, a place to learn from, not lead by. As I stand before you today, not even a mere 100 years have passed since women have been granted the right to vote in this country. In the 40s, when most of our grandparents were born, 17 million people, largely of Jewish descent, were brutally murdered at the hands of the Nazis. In addition, the year my mom was born in the late 60s, and who will probably kill me for saying that, marks the official end of the civil rights movement. This means we are only 1, 2, and 3 generations removed from so much injustice and pain. I do not think that past is worthy of being called the good old days. If the past is all we have to be happy about, what hope is there for a better tomorrow? One book that provides not the best example for the past is Gone with the Wind, written almost 100 years ago by Margaret Mitchell. In Gone with the Wind, Scarlett O'Hara, an antebellum heiress to an enormous fortune, loses everything and everyone around her during the Civil War. Scarlett is able to live on through this war, starvation, and heartbreak by continually reciting one statement. After all, tomorrow is another day. That mantra guided her through her lowest points and gave her hope to keep fighting when everything and everyone seemed lost. This is not to say the past is all bad. From it we've gained hope. We have felt the world change. Women did get the right to vote. The Nazis were punished for their abominable war crimes, and schools were integrated. We have learned how to treat humans. We have learned to love humans. And most importantly, we have learned to be human. And we understand that we must never forget this, or history will undoubtedly repeat itself. From the past, we have learned and grown. I firmly believe that these great minds will continue to go on to do great things in Memphis, Auburn, Tallahassee, Williamstown, Palm Beach, Tampa, Gainesville, and especially right here in Lakeland. Our generation has a task ahead of us to change the world. We have yet to cure cancer, Alzheimer's, and millions of other diseases that take our loved ones from us. It is our duty to fix the climate crisis and eradicate world poverty, and Flint, Michigan still does not have clean water. These are our responsibilities, our issues to fix. If there is one message I would leave with my peers going forward, it would be to hold true to what you know is right and be a part of the change that needs to take place in our world. We have hope, like Scarlett, to change our futures and grow from our past. After all, tomorrow is another day. Thank you.